We checked the drawers of the desk. We looked at the top of the desk. We looked at his nightstand. We wondered aloud, what happens if the card is lost? What will the library do to us? We checked the car. We checked jacket pockets, the entryway table, the drop zone in the kitchen. And finally, Michael said, I'm wondering if they're in the pants pockets that I wore. And sure enough, there it was. And guess what we did? We rejoiced. Who hasn't felt that sense of joy when finding something lost? Who hasn't rejoiced? And we can relate. As I just said, it's like Christmas with your own stuff. And yet in our world today, it can feel difficult to find anything of merit, composure, or morality when all seems lost. This is where Jesus enters the picture, creating good trouble and offering parables that challenge us to consider what is lost within ourselves. As Barbara Harris says, we are an Easter people living in a Good Friday world. We enter the scripture text this morning with Jesus challenging the customs of table fellowship. Breaking bread together was a big issue in the early church. Table fellowship is a key factor in the rejection of both John the Baptist and Jesus. John practiced table fellowship with no one, while Jesus freely ate and drank to the point where he was labeled a glutton and a drunkard, a friend of tax collectors and sinners. One of the most radical aspects of Jesus' ministry is his association with the outcasts, the lost. Who are these people in society today? And why are we afraid to associate with them? This fellow welcomes sinners and eats with them. In response, Jesus tells the parables of the lost sheep and the lost coin. In Jesus' way, he says, who gets to say who is lost and then who's found? Who gets to say who sits at the table? Who gets to say one's voice does or does not matter and must be silenced or amplified? Commentator Gary Persepsi writes, quote, before mounting our high horse about inflexible and self-righteous Pharisees, can we get in touch with those traits in ourselves? Can we reach the sinner in us and ask, what keeps the defiled parts of you from coming to the table? What in Jesus allowed him to associate with notorious sinners? And what does this say about his relation to his own inner darkness? Persepsi continues to write, quote, table fellowship in the ancient world and even today represents a full embrace of those at the table. There is an inherent risk, however, that you will be seen as condoning others' behavior. Take this test. If you condemned the actions of October 7th and grieve for Jewish hostages still not safely returned home, would you share dinner in your home with leaders of Hamas? If you awaken from sleep with images of slaughtered children of Gaza and are unafraid to use the word genocide, would you break bread with President Netanyahu? End quote. Jesus gets us into good trouble. And it comes with a cost when these questions are posed. They are not as binary as one would think. Lost and found language, or language regarding who belongs and who doesn't, have been used in religious spaces as well as secular to silence and to ostracize. It's a way to control and dominate our journey of faith in life. We need to reclaim and even normalize the journey of being lost and found in various points of our lives, not as a tool to shame or exclude, but to marvel at how God continues to seek and to find and to rejoice. God does not leave us out to pasture. God seeks us by any means possible until we are found. As Jesus teaches and elaborates on the meaning of discipleship, he leans into what he believes to be true, that in God's kingdom the sheep are found, even if it is just one. One cannot stop God's expansive love found in you and me, and even when it may appear to be hiding or not readily available. While most of us have never been a shepherd, we have all lost something before. So perhaps it's not so difficult to understand the bond between shepherd and sheep. The people on the margins listening to Jesus go head to head with the Pharisees that day knew those feelings. That human reaction to prize what is lost, even if it's of lesser value than what one still possesses. One commentator suggests calling this the parable of the found instead of the lost sheep and coin because the search continues until the final finding. It doesn't stop, doesn't tire of noticing the missing, which leads to more questions for reflection. Have we found our story? Have we found our way? Have we found our voice? Our freedom? Have we found our anger and our joy? Jesus points out deep contradictions and invites us to live into them. Who would we have table fellowship with? I even struggled writing that question. Who would we have table fellowship with? And table fellowship is not a debate-style interaction. Table fellowship is sharing a meal, recognizing that there is something holy in the encounter. Would we willingly have table fellowship with someone whose values differ from our own? And how many times have we already done so? Would you have supper with Donald Trump? Charlie Kirk? James Dobson? Bernie Sanders? Elizabeth Warren? Are we able to identify what is lost within ourselves so that we are self-differentiated enough to learn and to continue to seek? Would we even be able to sit down with Jesus? These parables are more than just about some prized possession that can't be let go of by their owners. This one sheep and one coin are part of the whole. The sheep belongs to the flock. The coin belongs to the purse. Without them, the whole is not complete. The AirPod's not in the AirPod case. The search then is the quest for restoration and wholeness. All of us, part of God's creation, should be just as anxious as God until the lost are restored and we are made whole again by their presence. How many of our communities in which we live act like the Pharisees, shocked by how Jesus seeks out and even welcomes those who are perceived to be of little value? Now more than ever, I believe there is a deep hunger for community. Community that acknowledges worth, dignity, and love, Community that values responsibility with integrity. Community that holds accountability. God's persistent searching love is the core of this message. The kingdom of God that Jesus proclaimed is a world in which one sheep is worth spending the energy normally reserved for 100, where one coin is worth disruption, and where one repentant sinner is cause for rejoicing. So Jesus is good trouble. Every single Sunday, Jesus is bringing good trouble to this space. Jesus' parables are always meant to challenge. They are meant for us to listen and to grow in our understanding of what it means to be foolish, to be wise, to be lost, to be found. And then, folks, we can never forget, we must rejoice. Find ways to rejoice. May it be so. Amen.